Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals, this is Paul, EastXTwitch, and welcome to another episode of Saturday Game School, where we learn about a different game every Saturday of the year. Tonight, I'm joined on mic by Pendy.
Hello!
My friend Sean. And Pendy, I believe you are the co-host of a podcast with me.
Yes, I am one of the many co-hosts for Slime Time, where we interview many interesting people about the Dragon Quest series, as well as a side series that you and I co-host, All Trades DQ Media where we review various Dragon Quest media, including the Brave Toshihiko, which we just started reviewing, and Rooming with a Gamer Gal, which is a manga based off Dragon Quest X.
That's right, and we reviewed every episode of Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai, 100 episodes. Anyway, let's go ahead and do the very beginning of the game. So, Woohoo! Create a new adventure log.
Yeah.
On file 3. And, yeah. It doesn't really matter what I put here because I'm not going to use this save file, but still, we'll just do this for a little bit. We want everyone to see the very beginning of the game, but also I create a file where I've already created my party.
You get a fun little intro.
Yeah, look forward to showing it off. You could be a boy or a girl, but they're called appearance A and B. And even though they're called appearance A and B, they still call you a boy or a girl sometimes.
Oh yeah, the gender still comes into play.
Yeah.
There's specific scenes, especially if you play as appearance B, where they'll be like, "You're a female. What are you doing?" kind of thing, which are jokes from the previous versions of the game.
Gotcha. So you have difficulty selection. You can pick easy, normal, and hard. I have seen some people say the hard isn't as hard as they would like, but maybe that'll get patched eventually, or maybe they could just deal with it.
Yeah, I tried it on normal mode or Dragon Quest mode, and it was like way too easy. So I've been playing on Draconic mode, which is the hardest difficulty. And it seems, for me, since I've been playing this for decades, it seems more like the original difficulty of the game. But I'm happy with that.
I mean, I don't have that much time to play games and such, so I usually don't turn the difficulty up. But I'll see how I feel about it once I've actually played.
Yeah, because I started playing and I was like, oh, this is way too easy. And I ended up just... You can switch it in the middle of the game. It's like Bravely Default, where you can just toggle it back and forth at will. So that's what I ended up doing. I was like, oh, okay, this is better.
That's a good feature.
Yeah, it's one of the great quality of life features that are new to this version. Because Dragon Quest III has been remade quite a lot of times over the years.
Yep, and I'm glad we can now enjoy it on modern platforms. Steam, legally play it that way instead of having to emulate. Xbox, yep. PlayStation, Switch, very nice.
Yeah, everything. Like Dragon Quest is now on all sorts of different consoles with all these new releases for the most part. And even if it's not, like if it's a Switch exclusive version, like usually about 6 months later it'll at least come out on Steam, like with Dark Prince or Treasures, which is good too.
Yeah, so glad for that. Hello, Jono. Great to see you. So there's some voice acting, but not everything is voice acted.
Also new to this version, which is
that
nice.
Is true.
And it's good voice acting, and you can switch between English and Japanese. So if you don't like the English voice acting, you can use the original Japanese voice acting with English subtitles.
Good feature, although the English voice acting is good.
Yeah, no, it's very good. If you like the voice acting in Dragon Quest XI, which I thought was very good, then you'll like this too. There's even some of the same voice actors in this game that were in 11.
Yeah, I like that. The mom having the same voice.
Mm-hmm.
So right now we have the goddess giving us a personality test. What does this personality test do for us?
So, based off your personality, that will affect your stat growth. So you'll get nice little bonuses if you have a particularly favorable personality. And there's many different ways that you can change it throughout the game. You'll find different accessories that will change your personality while you have the accessory on, or you'll find many books that will change your accessory permanently based off of what the book will do when you read it. Now, certain events will change it too. Like, for example, me and you were talking before the stream about how we both got Paragon event for the game initially, which is someone that's like very what's a Paragon? Like a paladin, like someone who's very very good, you know, very truthful, you know, just a stand-up guy. And I in the beginning of the game, when your mom says, "Hey, you need to go see the king," I kept saying, "No, mom, I'm not going to do it." And she got all sad and she cried. And so then my personality changed from Paragon to Contrarian because I went against my personality type, and they changed it because of that. So certain key events can even change your personality for your main hero too.
These questions are fun. Chicago asks, does this determine our starting class? It determines your personality, but your class is always hero for the main character.
Yes.
Feel more sadness than joy. Unfortunately, that's kind of what we're seeing here in our homeland. Interesting, very interesting. All right, the final test of our character.
And that's what's nice about this, is that this can be like 4 or 5 different scenarios depending on how you answer the questions. So it's not necessarily going to be the same thing every time if you answer the questions differently.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet.
Nice. Yeah, there's one. The one that I ended up doing, where I got Paragon, is where they actually turn you into a demon, and you're at the bottom of this well. And if you try to talk to somebody, then it will set them on fire and kill them. I was like, oh, I accidentally did it the first time, and then I left everybody alone, and I left. And so that's how I ended up getting Paragon.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a way to not kill that first guy? Because I couldn't figure it out. I didn't want to kill him.
I'm not sure. I don't know, because it said speak, press A. I was like, okay, I'll speak, and then fireball, and it killed the guy. I was like, oh, okay. So you tricked me there. I got you, game. I see what you're doing, Dragon Quest III.
Oops, I didn't find the boulder. She's seen what kind of person I am. She senses a weariness in me. Yeah, that's about right. I believe things never go their way. I'm cursed to suffer bad luck forever. I blame my enthusiasm and inaction on others. Okay, this is sort of an exaggerated version of me. I do have to learn to be more positive, right? Essence of your character.
So the party members that you will recruit later on, those personality types will be determined by how you set up the seeds that they'll give you to affect their stats. And you can have the computer do it for you, or you can do it yourself, and then that will determine their starting personality. So that's how they get their personalities, as opposed to the hero, where you do this.
Gotcha. Now we have a brief flashback. This is the hero as a baby with his grandfather there. And there's Ortega, the hero's father, and his mom. Can't I wait until he's older?
And for this new remake, there's going to be more scenes that show the history of Ortega, from what I have read.
That is cool. They didn't have the intro with Ortega fighting over the volcano or whatever.
I believe that that was in the trailer, so they probably put it somewhere else in the game.
Gotcha. Granddad.
I know.
And that's a fun bit of trivia, because they did not do that fight in the original Famicom game, but when they localized it for the NES, the Nintendo, that was something new that they added for us, which was very fascinating.
Ah.
And they also had someone who designed the Ortega graphic, because in the old version, the original Japanese version, it was just a recolor of Robin Hood, one of the bosses.
Really?
But when they brought it over to America, they actually did like a real character design for him, which carried forward into all the remakes.
Nice. Definitely better for him to have his own sprite.
Yes.
So here's the main character. She's waking us up.
Wakey wakey.
We'll miss you, Icky.
Wakey, rise and shine.
What a nice mom. Have any of you guys in the audience played Dragon Quest III in any version? We'd love to hear about it.
After all, it's not every morning you ask the king himself to give your big journey his personal blessing.
Oh, I get
This
to
is
meet the
what
king.
I've been raising you for all these years. Well
Oh, she
then,
raised me to
shall
be a
we get
hero.
going? Come on.
Unless you're a jerk like I am that said no.
I did that as well the very first time. And you can fast forward through these things if you do not want to wait for the animations. Nice if they give you the option.
That is true. They have that. You can skip the whole thing if you want.
Found a seat of strength. Chicago has only played 8 on 3DS.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, and you know, Dragon Quest XI is on sale for half off on Xbox right now. Like, I highly recommend. It is a great game. Even though I've never finished it, I really like what I played of it. I just always have to stop and play stuff to review. Dark 6 has played the last couple.
Yeah, 8 on 3DS is great because they added new playable characters and a lot of different quality of life features that were very cool.
I always like this song here, the town music.
Yeah.
Walking us through the town.
The music for this game is very iconic, and they do concerts for it in Japan all the time. Live concerts.
That would be so cool. Look at those lovely visuals.
In fact, in I forget what year it is, but one of the times I went to Japan, I actually went to see a concert of Dragon Quest music, and they featured 3, coincidentally, and it was amazing.
How cool. I don't want the king to think I've been dragged up, whatever that means. Okay, what is my personality? I want to see. It's under misc, status, lazy bones. Yep, that's me, lazy bones. Okay, but let's argue with Mom. Do what you talked about. Have you changed your mind? Yes. If you don't go see him today, he'll never grant you an audience again. Is that what you want? Well, is it? Yes. If you're going to be like that, I shan't bother saying anymore. I'm off home. But I'll ask you one last time. Are you sure you don't want to meet the king? Yeah, I'm sure. All right, then. You're old enough to make your own decisions. Far be it from me to stop you. You do whatever you want. Just don't go in and get in trouble, you hear? Do I say yes or no here? No.
Yeah, just be a jerk. Just be a jerk the whole time.
Look after yourself, won't you? Sniff. She's crying now.
Yeah, you made your mom cry, you big jerk. I wonder if that changed your personality. It did for me.
Yeah, let's check it out. Bob Jones, great to see you. Welcome, our old friend Bob Jones. Let's see. Bob. So now he's a contrarian, just like you said. Easy way to become a contrarian.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's basically the Tyler personality.
And now if you see the king, which you have to anyways, but if eventually when you see the king will be like, why, I didn't think you were going to come because you were such a jerk to your mom and told her to say no.
Whoops.
I don't think he says that if you just go.
Gotcha. And Chicago says he does own Dragon Quest XI because he really liked the demo. He just hasn't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah, and Dragon Quest XI has very strong ties to Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3. So you'll see the beginning scene is familiar to something that happens in 11, which I won't say anymore for spoiler reasons.
Yep, mustn't spoil things.
Nope.
Nice kingly voice. We have met once before.
It was on the day when we received word of your father's passing.
So yeah, my father, he's gone.
Poor Papa.
Oh. Flashing back to it. They couldn't even find his stuff.
Which is might be a foreshadowing thing.
Kind of reminds me of Yvonne. But no, Yvonne didn't just disappear. Everybody knew what happened to him.
Or did they?
That's true. Well,
as we found out.
Right on.
Was a true hero of our realm.
Good old Ortega. He should be an unlockable character. That should be the second quest.
That'd be funny if they added that to this game.
It would be neat.
There is a post game where I won't be specific, but there's a post game where you get wishes, and that would be funny if that were one of the wishes. Like Ortega's now a member of your party.
How cool. And I know, speaking of wanting a challenge, like we mentioned earlier, some people... Baramos. Is he the big boss? Guess we'll find out. But yeah, you could just play as only the hero and not recruit any additional party members, and then it would be harder, wouldn't it?
Yes, some people like to do that. They like to do a solo quest of this game and not have any party members. It's not something I personally am a fan of, but some people love to do it, and more power to them. But you can do that.
Yeah, I bet you have to be very strategic about it, because some of the bosses would just wipe the floor with you.
Lots
Hey, I
of
got some
grinding for sure.
starting equipment. Hi, Final Corgi. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, the king only gives you like 50 gold coins.
That is paltry.
cheapo.
The thief's key.
Yeah,
An implement that can open a
Is that even enough to get stuff for everyone?
First, I suggest
no, but he does give you like some equipment that you can equip to your people.
once you have done
But it's not really great equipment.
making your way to
Of course
Reeve,
not.
quaint village with
So
a
we got to
lot
get to
of
Reeve. And they said they want me to find the thieves' key.
Yes,
Is
very
that right at the
important.
beginning?
You will now find
Yeah, yep.
Reeve's
That's
marked on
basically your first major objective is to get that thieves' key in your starting island area.
the best left in your capable
Gotcha. Because, like, yes, I have played through Dragon Quest 3 on mobile, but it's been several years, and I just don't remember.
And
No, I gotcha.
your
Yeah, you get the thieves' key, and then you get a bomb that blows up a door, and that's how you get to go to the rest of the world. This is like your little starter island, so you get to get used to all the mechanics of the game and whatnot.
Gotcha.
Yes,
So
it
they
is
said-
fully voiced. This is the first time it's been voiced for
Oh.
this game.
Well, I wouldn't say fully voiced. There's a lot of dialogue that has no voice.
Well, that's
but
true.
key things are voiced. Now, how do I view the... I hit start to... is it recall? That's how you see what... Yeah. Can hit start and... So you can save up to 30 conversations and just replay them. I want to see what that looks like.
Yes, that's a very good feature that's also new to this version. I don't use it for clues, though I might as I go out and get a ship and have more things to do. But one of the key things that I use it for that not many people realize is that you run into locked doors that have certain keys that will open it, and you'll come back to them much later sometimes. So whenever I get to a door and it says, "Oh, it's locked," I use the recall feature and it saves it, so then I can refer to it later and be like, "Oh yeah, that locked door was in this town," and then I know where to go once I get the key.
Wow. That is a good feature. Okay,
Mhm.
so I'm going to now quit, and then we'll just reload the save. This place here is
Perfect.
where you get your party members. But let us go to MISC, return to title screen.
Patty's party planning place.
Good old
Say that
Patty.
5 times fast. Otherwise known as Luida's Bar in Japan.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is a localization choice. But yeah, it's just Luida's Bar in Japan. And in fact, they have a real-life Luida's Bar at Dragon Quest Island, which is a theme park, and in Tokyo, where you can go to your own little Dragon Quest bar and have many different Dragon Quest-themed foods and drink.
Gosh, that's got to be fun.
Oh, it's
All right.
great.
Let's show everybody the party members. This is my party, guys.
Ooh.
Let's see. So we've got status. We'll just look at them all. Here we've got Tylerina, the monster wrangler, who is a thug. Then we have Gal Adrius, who is a gadabout, but a charmer. And Sperry Cherry, who is a thief and a drudge, whatever that is. But yeah, these are girl versions of our regular co-hosts.
And something that's new to this version is that if you go into the miscellaneous menu option and you go into the option where it explains to you the many different mechanics of the game, there are places in that menu where it'll tell you all the different personalities and what they do. So you don't have
really?
to guess. Yeah, you don't
And
have to
Traveler's
guess.
Tips?
Traveler's Tips, that's it. Go into Traveler's Tips and you scroll a little bit. There'll be like personality types 1 through 9 or something like that. They do it in
Wow.
alphabetical order, and it'll tell you all the different bonuses that it has.
All the way to 13, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Final Corgi says Star Ocean and Octopath were phenomenal. So there's a Star Ocean one that looks like this?
So Star Ocean is not technically an HD 2D game. It is similar-ish, but is not technically in that vein of those type of games.
I'm getting some free stuff out of these pots.
Oh yeah, there's many different items that you can find throughout town, and some of them are obvious, and some of them not so much. And your thief that you have will later on get an ability called Nose for Treasure, and it will tell you how many items are left in a particular area. So then you can find out, oh crap, I missed something.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be nice, yeah.
And your Monster Wrangler is new to this version of the game. A very cool vocation that I recommend to anybody that tries this out. It has a varying amount of different abilities, even healing abilities. And there's a new monster arena in this game where you get to collect monsters all over the world and get them to battle. And that will make collecting those monsters much easier. And as you collect more monsters, it actually gives you more abilities, in addition to the abilities that you learn from leveling up.
Ooh.
And also with your Gadabout, so the Gadabout is a tough character because the Gadabout kind of does what she or he wants to do and sometimes will not listen to your commands whatsoever. But if you can get the Gadabout to level 20 to the All Trades Abbey, then you can turn them automatically into a sage without having to use the book, the Words of Wisdom, which you normally would have to find somewhere else to turn anyone else into a sage. So it's kind of a shortcut to get into one of the most powerful classes in the game.
Yeah, so that would be... I just thought it would be fun to do it that way. Where's the well he's talking about?
It's the southeast.
Okay. Alright, let's go down this well. There it is, yeah. That's the old dude say.
It's a very important place, in fact.
Ooh, alright. Well, here we are. Brandy, thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate it. Looks like I failed to put alert box up. I really thought I had it up. Curious. So, I'm missing notifications.
So Shikako just said, I remember hearing that in Japan when a Dragon Quest game releases, it's almost like a holiday. People take off work and play it on release day. That is true, and in fact, they started to change when they released the game, because Dragon Quest III was so popular that people were skipping school and skipping work. There's a big myth that the government stepped in and actually told them, like, you have to release it on a weekend instead of a weekday because of that. But that was actually an internal decision by Enix where they changed their release day from a weekday to a weekend to avoid that kind of mania that they had. Because people are literally just lined up in the street just for, out there forever because Dragon Quest III was that much of a phenomenon in Japan.
That is pretty cool. And yeah, it's pretty special to me too. By the way, hi, Spazpol, great to see you. And Sir Khalid, BX Latino Heat, if I haven't already said hi to you. So this is the Morgan Mini-Man, the Mini Metal King.
Yes.
Yep. So I gotta find some mini metals. Is there one in the starting town? Do you know?
Yes, there's at least a couple somewhere. But I think you maybe find one in town initially, and then you might have to wait until you get to Reeve to get the second one, and then you get your first item off of that. Some of the items are very good. So that's why you want to always check everywhere, because those mini metals will have very good rewards. Like one of the first things that it gives you, not the first thing, but very soon. Well, it is the first thing, I think. It's a Thorn Whip. And if you have a character that can use a whip, like your Monster Master or Monster Wrangler can use, very good weapon to get earlier than you normally would for that character.
Yeah, that does sound good. Hello, Goxie. Welcome to the stream. For people who are just tuning in, Saturday Game School is a variety stream, and it takes place every Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We always stream a different game and give out cool prizes, so I hope you'll join us whenever you can. Do you happen to remember where that mini medal is, just for expediency?
I do not. I am sorry.
Alas. Man, it could be anywhere, huh?
Yeah, well, that's okay. It's not like super important that you get like a mini metal item right in the beginning of the game to show off to the people.
You're right.
You showed them where the mini metal guy is. That's good. That's good.
That's true. And Spazpol, it depends on the chick, obviously. Was I nice and polite like I promised? Yes. She was afraid I'd say the wrong thing.
Well, after you were such a jerk before.
Oh, and yeah, when you can come back here and rest in your house for free. Restoring HP, I believe, and MP.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, so... Is there anything else? Oh, peer inside the barrel. A medicinal herb. Thank you. More free stuffs. Can't read the book that she was messing with in the beginning. Can I go into her room? Let's find out real quick.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Icky says he can't hear the game audio. I've got it up as loud as I can. I don't know what if it had in-game volume controls to boost the audio. Ooh, 50 more gold coins. Stealing from my relatives. Oh, Spaspole says it's perfect. Wait, Spaspole says no audio. That sucks. I thought everyone heard it quietly earlier. Yeah, I mean, like, on my audio mixer, the audio is going up and down as the music does, so that's really strange.
So it's not connecting to the people's, I guess.
Ah, man, I wish there was a... I wish I knew what to do that wouldn't waste everyone's time to try to do it.
Oh well.
That's... well, yeah.
I will say that the audio for this game is fantastic. I know you can't hear it right now, all you peoples out there, but it is... They took the original game music and it is orchestral. So they are orchestral remixes of the original game audio, and it is a sight, well, actually, something to behold for your eardrums. It is really good music.
Okay, Wolfie says it's quiet, but he can hear it. As long as it's present in some form, I'm happier. Okay, making sense of maps. Press X to look at the map. Okay. Here's the map. Here's where we are. Okay, and where am I supposed to look for the key? Should I, like, go explore? Or should I just go to the town?
Yeah, just go to the town, and then you can see things along your way, and you can see what the map looks like, and you can see the little key items that you can find. If you see something sparkly, go ahead and go for that.
Yeah, I just found some stuff.
Yeah, so this is new to the game, too. There's going to be these sparkly spots all throughout the map, where you can find different items and weapons and seeds and whatnot. So it's very cool. And then there's also like hidden areas that you'll find later where you'll go see like a weird shaped rock or tree, and you go in to investigate it, and then you go into a new area, and then sometimes you can find monsters you can recruit and new items, things like that. So there's lots of different things to explore on the world map that they did not have before.
That's a good thing. Definitely, Bob Jones. Hello, Tech Guy. Glad you made it. Tech Guy, our Canadian friend, is here. Now,
Nice.
how do I change the battle speed? Because it is definitely too slow by default.
Oh, yeah. You can either, usually when you start the battle, on the upper left-hand part of the screen, there'll be an option
okay.
to change it, or you can go out of battle, you can go to miscellaneous, and then you can go to the... Oh, there it is. Battle speed, normal. Yeah, you can...
Yeah.
You want fast or ultra fast. It is painfully... I have to admit, that it is painfully slow on normal. So I went... Ultra fast was too fast for me, but I settled on fast, and I like it there.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll try fast after this. Yeah, I leveled up. Got some HP and such.
There we go. There we go. And this is where the personality types can come into play, which will affect your stat growth as you level up.
Yeah. Oh. Alright, let's try just regular fast. Okay, we've got a slime this time. Everyone loves
There
slime.
we go. The iconic monster of the Dragon Quest series.
So happy and cute.
And something that's nice that we'll probably see as you walk along is that the time of day will change, which is something that has been in... I forget if it was in the original. I think it was in the original. But as you go, there's night and day, and when you go to night on the world battle map, that will change the difficulty of the enemies. The enemies will get harder when you try and explore around at night. And of course, if you go to a town, then different things will be going on because of it'll be nighttime as opposed to daytime. So that's fun too.
Yeah, I like that. Woo, we beat him. Sperry Cherry reaches level 2. Go Sperry. Oh. He gained a lot of health. Or she. Whatever. Galadrius also. Only less health for Galadrius. Which is appropriate. Should I bother... Well, I should look around a little more and then, I don't know, maybe go back and heal. They don't have a lot of health right at first, do they? I like how there's a little bit of voice during the fights. Somebody said,
yeah,
enough!
Nice. They get ooh and ah and ooh. And when they cast their spells, we'll announce that too.
Yeah, we do need to go back and heal, unless I'm going to use herbs. But isn't using herbs the coward's way out?
Oh, not necessarily. It's good in a pinch when you don't want to have to go back right away.
That is true. Tech Guy is calling the slimes number 2s. That's just wrong, Tech Guy.
Dark Player 2 said Enix down the road bought Squaresoft. Now that is
Other way
kind of
around,
sort of
isn't it?
true. No. Actually, it was if a lot of people get this backwards, but it was Squaresoft that was in financial trouble when the merger happened, and Enix was the majority share when they merged.
Wow.
They were basically helping out Squaresoft. And a lot of people don't realize this because they just assume, oh, Final Fantasy, Square, Chrono Trigger, obviously they were the big guys and they bought Enix. No, that was not the case. Enix was very healthy at the time. Squaresoft, not so much, especially after that Final Fantasy movie bombed.
I see. That explains it. And yeah, that was not a great movie. I was so disappointed with it.
It did horribly. They sunk so much money into that, and it bombed so badly, and that they lost they lost a lot of money off of that.
It was nothing like Final Fantasy. That's what I don't like about it.
Yeah, so I'm like in the minority where I actually like the movie, but that is a very valid complaint because it is. You would think they would want to have something that was based off a game or more related to the games, a game before it, but it was like this very independent story that wasn't really related to anything that had come before. And I know every new Final Fantasy game is like a new jumping off point, but there was no chocobos, there was no summons, like they didn't even have that kind of stuff. So it was a very poor decision on their part for not doing that.
Exactly. I mean, like, it's an okay sci-fi movie on its own, but people want a Final Fantasy movie to have the iconography.
Exactly.
Also, the main character, his face is clearly Beneflec's voice. Beneflec's face, but he has the voice of Alec Baldwin, and it's a mismatch. Like, if you couldn't get Beneflec to do the voice, why did you model the face after him? Strange to me. Yeah, I mean, just pay attention for that next time you watch.
I didn't realize that.
It is Alec Baldwin, right? Who's the main guy? I'm not reversing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, it's a female as the main character, but he's one of the main characters too.
Oh,
and
okay.
It is Alec Baldwin.
Gotcha. All right, let's go see what that sparkly is up there. Can we get up there though? It looks like it's across the water actually. So can I go to the
across the bridge to the north?
Very well. We'll cross your bridge. You can hold a button to walk faster, which is a nice feature.
Yes, very good. You can do that in the town on the world map to make everything go faster. Very good feature because otherwise, especially on the world map, it would drag a little bit if you couldn't. But the option is there. Yeah, Bob Jones says they wanted something different while using a big name. That is very true. Unfortunately, that did not work out for them whatsoever.
Yep.
And it was the person who directed it was like a Final Fantasy director.
That is true.
He was one of the big names of the Final Fantasy franchise, so it wasn't like some random dude. It was the guy who was like one of the people behind Final Fantasy VII and others, I believe, who directed it.
I think you're right. Did any of you guys in the audience see the Final Fantasy movie in theaters when it first came out?
I did back in the day.
I'm leveling up quickly, but I'm wearing the shoes that give you XP when you walk.
Yeah, the elevating shoes. That's something that you could get as a pre-order bonus, and as you walk, it gives you more experience, and so you can level up more quickly as you have those on. I use those, but I kind of, instead of having one person just get insanely over leveled over everybody else, I kind of distribute it among my party, so everyone's kind of evenly leveled.
That's not a bad idea either. Yeah, Spirits Within, Galadrius, that's right. Galadrius, what do you think of my character named after you? Got Tylerina, Gal Adrius, and Sperry Cherry. Yeah, it was a pretty movie.
Oh yeah, that's one thing for sure. Is like it was, for the time especially, it was a very good-looking movie.
Too bad they didn't just do an anime movie, because that would have been a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, the budget on that was insane. And they lost it all.
Yay, Tylerina finally reached level 2. I should put those shoes on Tylerina, apparently, because everyone else is leveling ahead of her.
Yes, so
Adrius.
Yes, that is something in the game that you'll notice, is that different vocations will level up at a different pace. Not every vocation levels up at the same pace.
So let's change that equipment around, like you said. It was Tylerina, right? Isn't that what I said?
I think so.
All right. Yes, Tylerina. Let's catch up a little. No, there's nothing weird about making girl versions of all your friends. Spazpol did not appreciate Spirit Within's story. I remember it being kind of depressing. Like, everyone's just getting massacred by ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Galadrius says to get some help. Oh no, Galadrius fell asleep. The Z's come up. Yeah, you're completely right about monster animations. I wonder why somebody had said that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they were just confusing it with the mobile version of the game where there's no monster animations, because it was very controversial when the mobile version first came out, the remake, because the previous versions, the Super Famicom, and even the Game Boy Color game that came out to the West as well, had monster animations. But then when they built the mobile game, it did not. So people were kind of upset about that.
Yeah, that was a drag. I mean, I still absolutely loved the mobile game when I played through it, but it would have been better with the animations, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason why, especially for the way 1, 2, and 3 was built, is that they were built for smartphones very early on, where that technology was not really up to snuff by the time other games that came out for it, like Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 and whatnot. So they were dealing with limited technology when they made those remakes for 1, 2, and 3. They were very early, big mobile games, so that's why.
Yeah, that makes sense. By the way, even though the fights are first person, you do get to see your characters when you're selecting your turn, so that's a good thing. At least you can see them.
Yeah, I like that. You get to see, and you can notice as you see there, you'll see as you change your weapons, that will change on the battle screen. So every time you get a new weapon, that will change in the battle screen. You can see that new weapon.
Oh, that's rad. Good thing. Darker Players shared her ideas for a Final Fantasy movie. Yay, Tylerina reached level 3. Now she's catching up.
That's not a bad idea for that a new Final Fantasy movie, to be honest. That's why I'm glad where they did Advent Children was the next Final Fantasy movie, because it actually was related to one of the games, to 7.
Yeah, and people like it all right.
Yeah.
It's like basically all action, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of it. But it was fun.
Yeah, it's still fun. I mean, like, I've never finished Final Fantasy 7 either, but I still enjoyed Advent Children all right. I mean, even if you're a gamer and you read magazines and watch videos and things, you've seen all those characters a lot, even if you haven't played the game.
True.
Okay, resting at the inn. Yeah, I could rest at the inn. The Village of Reeve. What was it called in the NES? Do you remember?
Oh God, I don't. That's been so many years ago. But it was something different. There's been so many different translation changes over the years. The consistency is awful from one decade to another. So yeah, it was. I don't remember what it was in the NES version.
Gotcha. Sperry Trader's got a cypress stick. Would you be able to equip an open club? Nope. Can this guy equip an oaken club? Yes. Attacks. Yeah, that'll be better. Gal Adrius equips the oaken club. That's appropriate for Galadrius for sure. Should I stay at the end? I mean, our health is okay. I don't need it.
No, if you're good and your MP's good, then you should be fine. It's up to you.
Right.
I don't think it's very expensive, but at this point. But yeah, the graphics for this game and the way the towns look and everything else looks is just amazing. And when you start to get into the caves and the towers and the dungeons, the way they redesigned everything for this game as opposed to what it looked like before, especially what it looked like on the NES, it's just fantastic the way they built the architecture for this game. It's just very, Very good looking.
Yeah, it's really lovely. I mean, I think Eiyuden Chronicle looks a little bit nicer, but this still looks quite nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the boulder.
Oh, is that what? You know, I wasn't even paying attention to what he said.
If you push the boulder, there's a little secret there.
Okay, I'll go do that.
Because he's like, I can't do anything with it, and then you push it very easily, and then there's like an item underneath it. It's basically teaching you to look for hidden items by looking underneath the boulder.
210 gold coins. I'm rich.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Blimey,
it really
that,
teaches you.
I like what he says. That kind of strength, you'll go far in this world. Yes, I will, buddy. Let's go to the church and save.
Got that right.
Jono, I'm very grateful that you've supported us for so long. Jono is an Australian viewer.
Oh, nice.
Yes. We should record this. Yeah, we'll just save it in the first slot. Yes. The saving music is different, isn't it?
No, that's the same. But of course, it's orchestral, so it's going to sound a little bit different.
Really, it's just like I'm remembering a slightly different save music. I mean, like different tune. Do some of the games have a different? Does it vary from game to game, or is it always that exact little jingle?
It could. So that might be the case as well.
Yeah, I wonder which one I'm even thinking of. Maybe 11. That is the most recent Dragon Quest game I've played besides this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Horsey, he says Winnie. What a nice horse. Too bad he doesn't know anything free for me.
Pet the horse. Be nice to the horse.
Oh, wait. He says he wonders where the lad came from. Am I remembering he's like a monster or something?
No. What?
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of it different. They have all these little side stories in the, in the various Dragon Quest games. The door is locked.
They do.
I need that thieves key, man.
Exactly.
If you, like you said, you could save the notification when it tells you that it's locked. Will it actually tell you the spot? Oops, I didn't mean to exit the town.
No, it won't tell you the spot, but it'll show you a picture and it'll tell you the town.
Okay, gotcha.
And something that's neat about the towns is that depending on how you approach the town will throw you into that particular direction of the town. So if you approach it from the north, it'll put you into the north side of the town, that's something that's new as well. The wrecking ball. That might be important.
I've always wanted a wrecking ball.
Do you come in like a wrecking ball? Like Miley Cyrus with no clothes on?
Whoa, I don't know about all that.
Have you ever seen that video? Or seen the video parodied?
No, I guess not.
Yeah, that wrecking ball song that she does, and she's like just swinging on this wrecking ball. She's naked.
That's crazy.
It was big in pop culture at the time, and a lot of people would do parodies of it. The Thief's Key.
West of Aliahan. Is it Robin Hood who has it?
No, he's a little bit later on.
Oh, okay. Man, I don't
There you
remember
go.
anything. But hey, I'm trying.
But he is early on in the game, so that would make sense that you would think that.
Gotcha. Clothes and hats too? So I can buy better stuff for my people? I shouldn't have bought that one stick, because then I just found one on the map.
Yeah, it's nice. One of the NPCs will tell you later on, but sometimes you'll find some good equipment for people in item shops as opposed to the armor and equipment shops. And usually it will be for your less beefier characters that you can find some good stuff, like the Divine Dagger or the Pot Lid, where people might have limited equipment options, but you might be able to find something at the item shop.
Yeah, so let's buy that Divine Dagger for Gal Adrias, since she's so weak.
There you go.
That's for you, Gal. Equip it right away. Yes, thank you. And then we can get a pot lid or two.
But when you go to that tower, which has a lot of monsters, there's actually, I'll say this ahead of time just so you know, there is an inn there, so you can heal yourself while you're traversing through that area.
Oh, That is good to know. All right. Can I? How do I switch to selling?
Oh, if you
So-
go back, a little bit, he will have that option for you.
Just sell
There
it.
it is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can I? Don't need these plain clothes, right? I don't think I do.
No, unless someone's naked, you don't need the plain clothes. They're like the worst armor in the game.
Gotcha. Okay, then. Yeah, each character can carry a limited number of items.
Yes, but you have unlimited room in your item bag. As they famously say in some of the previous versions, there's always room in your bag.
There you go. And I guess I'll sell this Oaken Club as well. Alright. Do I need to sell anything from my item bag? No, it's just all extra stuff. Wait, equipment bag also has... What's it? Item bag and equipment bag are two different bags, huh?
Yes, they made it different in this game where they put the equipment in one bag and the item bag in, or items in another bag, so that it'd be a little bit easier for you to kind of see what's going on with your equipment.
Shall I buy another pot lid for someone? Let's see, for Galadrius. Hopefully I'm not being too wasteful with my gold here.
Nah, you'll be fine. Especially on this beginning island.
Right on. Okay. And let's see. We'll just set on Elf, I guess. Wait, what's this guy say? Yeah, I don't have a martial artist. They give me 2 tips about martial artists, and that is a cool class, but it's just not what I went with. I went with Thief, Monster Wrangler, and Gadabout.
And
I
except for Gadabout, those are pretty good.
What are? Oh,
The classes
the
that you
classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I decided it would be interesting to see what it's like to have a Gadabout, because I've always avoided that class in the past.
They are goofy.
But
Sometimes they'll do random actions, and you'll be like, "What are you doing?"
but it's going to grow into a great sage, right?
True. Yeah, once you hit level 20, you can go right to Sage, so it's a good shortcut. And that makes it easier to have multiple Sages if you want to, because you'll be able to find that book, the book Words of Wisdom, to be able to change anybody else into a Sage. And so you could actually have 2 Sages in your party later on if you wanted to.
Do you ever play that way where you have more than one?
I have done that in the past. I don't think I'm going to do it in this one. My starting party is a Monster Wrangler, a Thief, and a... Oh god, what's the third one? A Warrior. The third one is a Warrior. And when I get to the All Trades Abbey, where you can change classes later on in the game, I'm probably going to change my Warrior into a Martial Artist, because I like having the quickness and the critical hits that they have, later on in the game. And then I'll probably change my Thief into a Sage with the Words of Wisdom book. And I'll probably keep the Monster Wrangler the same, because throughout the game that's just going to be very useful.
Yeah, there's no advanced version of that, right?
No, there isn't. But that's something that you could... You can manipulate how you do classes in this game, or you could start out as something else and then turn into a Monster Wrangler and whatnot. But it's interesting. It's a very basic class system in this game.
Gotcha. Speaking of which, should I be trying to capture monsters yet?
No, that will come later.
Oh.
They'll make that very obvious once it becomes a something that you can do. I think that's going to be in the next town once you get off the island. When you go to Romeria, when you get to Romeria, you'll run into the first monster that you can capture and the monster arena, and then that will teach you about how to do all of that.
Gotcha. That's good to know. Yeah, I hate to feel like I'm missing something.
No, you're good. Yeah, if you want to go to the next area, if you go to south west, then you'll find that passageway that they were talking about that you can get to the tower. But it's up to you. Oh yeah, they put it on the map for you. That's right.
It's nighttime and it's all spooky. Looks good though.
Oh yeah. And then like the monster encounters will get a little bit more difficult and whatnot. Probably not so much here on the beginning island, but once you get farther, it's very interesting where you'll see like daytime versions of monsters, and then you'll see like nighttime versions of monsters.
What's an example?
So, for an example, I'm about to hit the desert area of the game, and during the daytime, you have these little orange cat creatures that have wings that will attack you. But during the nighttime, it'll be a more advanced version of that monster, different recolor, and it's a vampire cat, and it's much more difficult enemy than the base version of that enemy. And it's very fun to go to the different towns and castles at nighttime and to figure out the different shenanigans that are going on as well.
I agree.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, normally I would look around the starting castle and things like that. I'm just like, trying to keep a slightly faster pace for the stream.
Oh yeah, you're showing it off, so yeah, I understand. You normally would want to go back at nighttime and explore everything and see what people are doing. You can access different areas that are closed off to you during the day. Sometimes there are shops that are open only at night. The castle usually is kind of restricted because the king or the queen is asleep. But sometimes you can sneak into those areas depending on different keys that you have and whatnot. So it can be fun.
Coughing is no fun.
And as you get through the game, you'll see there are some sparkly spots that you don't have access to that are blocked off. And what that is that they'll have sparkly spots that can only be accessed by the ship that you'll get later, or by something that flies that you'll get later as well. So you'll see different spots like that you can come back to.
Oh, neat.
So they really made the map exploration really fun, which I appreciated.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, I think there's somewhere on the map here, I think it's one of those special spots where it's like an odd-looking tree where you can go into and you'll find different items there as well. I want to say it's somewhere by Reeve. Because there's an NPC somewhere in the town that says like, hey, there's this weird tree that's kind of like west of the town. You should check it out. And then you check it out and be like, oh, okay. And then as you go through the game, you'll see more areas like that.
How cool.
Yeah, it's very crucial to monster hunting because you'll find different monsters that way. And depending on the time of the day is when sometimes you'll find a monster. Sometimes they'll be there no matter what time of the day it is, or sometimes they'll be there only at night or only during the day, so that can be important as well.
Ooh.
And with your monster wrangler, what's great about them is that if you see a monster and you find it, they will be cool with you and they will go back to where they will be held to help you fight the arena. But if you don't have a monster wrangler, then you need to have certain abilities or certain items to not scare it away because they'll run away from you.
It's nice that you still have the option of somehow getting them, but...
Yes. Yeah, the monster wrangler just makes it easier. It doesn't make it... not having one doesn't make it impossible, thankfully.
Gotcha. Well, here's that little area you were talking about. Well, or an area. Shrine of the Plains.
Oh, this one is actually...
Here, he just mentioned
area.
It. Huge tree west.
This was kind of the hidden area in the original, too.
Neat. What kind of stuff do we find in here? Let's see.
But this is a similar kind of concept. Like, you'll find lots of areas like this that will have monsters and whatnot.
And pots to steal gold coins out of. What's up here? Oh, just an exit? Guess we don't need to do that yet. Okay, let's go check this out. Way to go, BX Latino Heat! We love hooking you guys up with games.
Oh, congratulations.
Accessing items in battle.
Oh, there you go. You're in the cave. Or in the passageway.
Dreamer's Tower. Door's locked.
Yep, that's somewhere. Oh, did you know the map function, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can do like a bigger version of the map if you want to check it and kind of See the map on your screen where it has that little circle? You can go into the options and get rid of that if you want to have more mysterious exploration where you have to figure it out for yourself. You can do that.
Nice to have the option.
No, because I know that annoyed some people. It's like, well, I don't want to see what's coming. I want to have to figure it out by myself, and you can turn that off. So then you can.
But the map is a good thing because of the random battles. You know, like, some people consider this to have a high rate of random battles, right? So, like, you know, being able to at least go the right way and do less wandering helps with that.
Yes, I agree. I don't mind the map, but it's nice that people who don't like it can turn it off if they want to.
All right, so let's see.
Oh, you got a new ability. It's a
Yeah,
good
what
one.
was it?
So it's a sleepy slap, I think it was called, and if it's you will attack the monster and possibly put them to sleep at the same time.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Monster Wrangler has some very good. It won't be too many more levels until you learn like a healing ability for your whole party, which is very useful.
Yes, that will be good to have.
Basically,
Although-
a multi-heal.
We're doing just fine, thankfully. Hello, Stagorilla. Can we please get a shout out for Stagorilla, my friends?
Woohoo!
Stagorilla streams all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I love the attention to detail with this game. When you get to certain areas, you'll get different sound effects in the background. You'll see like little, rats and whatnot scurry along as you are
Ooh.
here at the bottom of the tower. There's so much attention to detail when it comes to how this looks graphically, in sounds and music and things of that nature that I love it so much, what they've done with this game.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Yay. Gal Hentrius reaches level 6. Just let her level up for a little while, I guess. You put that idea of balancing their levels into my head, man.
It's useful, because otherwise you'll get someone who's like level 10, and the rest of the people will be level 5, and then it's kind of awkward.
Yep, they'll get resentful.
And then there'll be a mutiny on the team. We can't have that in a party of heroes.
Certainly not.
I mean, we already made our mom cry, so can't,
Oh. Poor
we
lady.
don't want to do any more damage.
She's like, why is my son so difficult? Alright, so we've got an exit there. We've got this thing, whatever, staircase. It says to go that way, but I want to check out the other things too, don't I?
Yeah, you can if you want. I'll do later once you get the key.
Ooh. Man, I don't know why all of a sudden I'm just like coughing up a storm. It's really annoying.
Oh. Don't die on us. Don't die on
Yeah.
us, EastX.
I better not be having an allergic reaction to something.
Ooh. Don't be allergic to Dragon Quest. We can't be friends anymore if that's the case.
Yeah, that would be very unfortunate.
Oh, so you're going this way. You're going the promontory passageway. I thought you were going to go right.
Oh, should I not be going this way?
No, you're fine. You'll find treasure and whatnot in here. If you go right, that actually goes towards the treasure chest and whatnot in it. It's another way to access the tower.
Oh, okay. So am I better off just going the other way instead of this?
Yeah, you might as well. If you go back and go up the tower, that's like towards the main objective of the game. So just for the purpose of the stream, you might as well.
Okay, gotcha. Alright. You know, this week, my family and I, we started watching Ghosts UK. You ever heard of Ghosts, the shows?
I have not.
Well, it's sort of like The Office, where there's a British version and an American version, you know, and they're two different shows, although they have similarities, but it's the premise of either show is that you have a couple who moves into an old manor where, you know, a lot of people have died over the years and their ghosts are trapped there.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady of the couple gains the ability to see ghosts and talk to them and such because of a
Oh,
near-death
is that
experience.
a popular sitcom in the U.S. as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Okay, I haven't seen it, but now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we've been watching the American show for a couple years, and
Yeah.
we just decided to try the UK show too. And it's similar premise, but different characters. You know, like the ghosts are different people, and so you get different stories. And so, yeah, we've just been having fun with both versions now.
Well, that's cool.
And that is on Paramount Plus, so people who have Paramount Plus should check it out. And a lot of people, they always bag on Paramount Plus like it doesn't have any good shows, but it does have good shows if you know about them. I mean, obviously it's got most of the Star Trek shows. But
Yeah, if you like Star Trek, that's definitely the place to go.
Definitely, and yeah, we watch Deep Space Nine on it all the time, and now the final season of Lower Decks, which is a great cartoon.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, definitely.
And it has such love and care for the Star Trek shows that came before it as well. So there's great references. And even if you don't know the Star Trek shows that came before it, it's just got great humor in general. It's just a fun show.
I totally agree. Yeah, my stepdaughter, she loves it.
Now I had to cough off mic. I'm guessing maybe you're,
It's catching.
maybe you're catching. Yeah. Somehow
Oh, no.
over the internet, you're giving it to me.
That's true. It's an internet curse. All right.
Is there a button to switch retro and modern look? No, there is not. There's just one look for this game. Dragon Quest XI had the modern look and the retro look that they built, but this game is just the one Octopath type style.
This is a full remake, you know, so it's not like just enhanced visuals. It's totally remade in lots of different ways.
Exactly, just remade from the ground up.
All right, fight a few more enemies.
Oh
Did
yeah,
you
there's the inn that's here that you can use in the tower, which is good.
And this game is on all platforms, by the way. Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and Steam, which is nice.
Yep, not the PlayStation 4 though. They have moved on to the PlayStation 5. Sorry,
Oh,
PlayStation
really?
4 people. Yep, that is true.
Well, sucks to be them.
Which is why I have the Switch version.
Gotcha. You didn't want to get that PS1 colored PlayStation 5?
No, I'm waiting on getting some more funds in my wallet before I get a new system. I'm actually thinking about getting a Steam Deck.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you do, you'll love it. It's so nice.
Nice. Yeah, because I want to play Dragon Quest X online and offline, which is not in the West, but there are translation tools and translation patches for both versions. So using a Steam Deck, I think I can do that. So I think that's what will be my next system. Will be.
Well, that'll be exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still salty that we never got Dragon Quest X either version. And even the Dragon Quest X offline that they build as a separate game in a different style, they actually released that in South Korea and Taiwan last spring, but they didn't release it like in the West. I was like, why do you experiment there but not here? I would have loved to play
Makes
that.
no sense.
Yeah. But there is a translation patch. Some of it is machine
Might as well. Is there any other stuff in here? There's a statue of a dragon, it looks like. Yeah, there's a chest.
Mm-hmm.
A chimera wing. Thanks. Delicious.
Yeah, that's why you're going to love the nose for treasure that your thief is going to learn in a couple of levels, because then you can be in this situation and be like, have I missed anything? You'll be nose for treasure and be like, oh, there's one item left in this floor, and then you can see like, oh, I need to keep searching around, or be like, there's nothing here, and then you're like, oh, I guess I can move on.
Yes, that will be really handy. I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's very handy for the towns because, like I said before, like some of the things that you can find in a town are pretty obvious. Like you'll see like a pot here or a barrel here, but some of them are very hidden and hard to find. So, but if you have nose for treasure, you can realize that, oh, I need to look more, do more looking and see where this is.
Gotcha.
Sneaky. Where they hide some of the things.
I want to find it all, dang it. And yeah, Icky says that I need to work on increasing my audio levels. I know. He means everything.
Oh, yeah, that is important.
Yeah. I will work on it eventually. It's not easy during the school year. So little free time. As I recall, you can jump off the edges of the tower to end up at the bottom quickly. Is that right?
That is true, and there's different areas of the tower. I forget if this tower does it, but the next tower does it, where you can go off the top and go to lower levels instead of like the entire, bottom. But yes, it is true. Got to be careful of that.
I think I'm hearing a wind sound effect. Could be wrong.
Yes, no, that's one of the many little attentions to detail that they have when it comes to sound effects in this game, where you'll be somewhere like this and you'll hear the wind whipping by you and whatnot, which is very nice.
Icky asks how long the game is. We know one of our friends beat it in 40 hours, so I don't know how much extra stuff he did.
Yeah, it typically, for 3, it takes around, for the average person, I want to say like 30-ish hours to beat.
Yeah, which is reasonable. I don't want an RPG to be that crazy long, because I'll definitely never ever finish it no matter what,
Yeah, Dragon Quest XI was very long, especially if you do all the post-game, which we call Act 3, because a lot of people who are fans of the game kind of say like there's an Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, and the Act 3 there's a lot of meat to it, a lot of story, so we call it Act 3 instead of just post-game. And that game was very long, especially if you do everything. But this game is, like I said, it's maybe a little bit over 30 hours-ish.
And yes, there is post-game in this one, not New Game Plus.
For normal people, so 60 hours for me to beat. I love that. But yes, there is post-game in this as well. You get to fight a certain fantastical boss, which I won't say anymore, but there is some post-game, and like I said, you'll get some wishes from said boss and get some certain bonus items and whatnot. Yeah. Gotta love those mini medals.
Yeah, my
Those
first
are great.
one. So I must
Now
have
it tells
come...
you all about it.
Which door did I actually come out of? I didn't notice. Did you know?
I want to say you came out of the middle right.
Okay, so I still need to look around more. I don't know which... I like to explore the whole tower.
No, I got you.
I hope I'm not wasting time to do that. That's what she said, Icky says. Those are the breaks.
But yeah, like we were saying before, no new game plus, but there is a post game. Now I do want to say there's a new feature that's kind of new game plus ish. Is that there's a feature with the people that you build, you can actually take those people and you can use them in a new game file. So if you have like a level 40 sage that you built in a previous game file and you want to use it for a new game file, you can do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And like if you had several people playing on one profile, which is not really how people play nowadays, but you could like loan your brother a character, that kind of thing.
Exactly. If everybody was playing the same game and they had different save files, then yes, you could lend your characters to other people on different files.
So there was another chest up here. I'm glad I came up here. Bubble slimes. Bubble slime was fun in Dragon Quest Tact.
Yes. You got to worry about those guys because I think they can poison you.
Ooh, a leather shield. Yep.
And one of the NPCs will tell you about it later, but when you get poisoned in this game, it does not affect you during battle, but it does affect you outside of battle, where it will deplete your HP as you walk around.
Ah. And yeah, that's sort of like being in a swamp, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Same concept. And And that's speaking of that, of being like in a swamp or somewhere more dangerous, that they have different areas in this game. That's another great feature of the thief, because they can learn. I think it's called. This may be an old translation that I'm thinking of, but I think it's called step.
Neat.
Yeah, the thief has a lot of very unique skills that can be very helpful.
I'm glad you recommended that I take one.
Yeah. And it's also a good character to change into something else when you get to All Trades Abbey, because once you get those initial abilities, then you can keep those when you go into a new class and then turn into something more powerful. Because the thief is good, they're very quick, they can equip boomerangs and whips and whatnot, but maybe like later on in the game when you're facing more powerful bosses, maybe not as useful, so that's why it's a good candidate to turn into another class.
Huh. Well, we just got a boomerang, so who can use it?
The hero can use it. I think the monster wrangler might be able to use it. I can't remember. The thief definitely can use it.
Okay, so does it matter which one I give it to?
I would for your initial boomerang, I'd give it to your thief.
Okay.
Let
Which
your
is
hero
Spare?
be more of a heavy hitter.
Yeah, Sperry's the thief. Okay. Boomerang. Alright, and it's a step up attack damage-wise, too.
Yeah, but the boomerang can hit everybody that all at once, and it's one of the more fun weapons to have in the game. It was not in the original, but I think starting in the Super Famicom remake is when they introduced the boomerang and the whip. And
neat.
That's different items that can attack multiple enemies. So like the whip is only going to be limited to like a group of enemies. Like if there's a group of slimes and a group of babbles, then it can only do one or the other. But the boomerang, even though it has a little bit less attack strength, will attack everybody all at once.
Yes, although I believe it does less and less damage with each enemy it hits, doesn't it? And
This
don't
is
they
true.
both do that?
Yep, it will descending damage. The first enemy will get hit the hardest, and then it goes down from there. And what's new to this version of the game, which is fantastic, is that for the first time you can do critical hits with a boomerang or a whip, which has never been done before in the Dragon Quest series.
That is rad.
Yeah, the critical hit is very funny too, because basically it will critical hit like random enemies as it goes down the line. So maybe the first enemy will get the critical hit, or the last enemy will get the critical hit, or maybe two of them will get the critical hit. It's kind of randomized.
That could be good for a group of metal slimes.
Oh yeah, exactly. Good point.
Prestidigitators. Ah, they shot a
Magic
fireball
user.
at us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're dangerous.
And Darker Player is spreading strange rumors about my cat. That's what she does. All right.
That Cat News Network. You can't trust the Cat News Network.
It doesn't sound like it. Cats are tricky. Oh no, Dazzle. Tylerina got hallucinated. Thank goodness for that boomerang. Yeah, I love enemies. I mean, I love weapons that hit more than one enemy at a time.
Yeah. And specifically in this game, you run into like a lot of enemies. So abilities or spells that attack multiple enemies are very useful.
Definitely. There's a place we can jump off if we wanted. Still don't want to do that.
Don't do it, Paul. Don't jump.
What are these guys?
Not worth it. Oh, the little waspy guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the many enemies in the game that can call for help.
Ah, so you can get extra XP that way.
And they'll bring in different. Sometimes it can be the same monster. Sometimes it can be a different monster. Because there's like the Restless Armor, which is a very famous monster in the series. That if it calls for help, will bring in a little heal slime. Help it heal.
And we can't have that.
No.
How many floors does the tower have? Do you remember? It's probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think there's like maybe one more floor above this. I could be wrong, but I want to say this. You're like on the second to top.
Okay, because we're getting towards the end of stream time, but I feel like we should finish the tower, and that'll be a good place to stop.
Gotcha.
Proof enemies are defeated. This does go on longer than our podcasts, which are usually about half an hour.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I'm making the comparison to our, the podcast you and I do.
Oh, gotcha.
Our slime time, second mini medal. Yay, now I can get a whip.
Yeah,
All
that's
Trades DQ Media Abby. That podcast is usually about half an hour. But when we do the main podcast with larger groups of people, that could go on quite a bit longer, can it?
Yes, so I would say when we do our All Trades Abby episodes, where we review the different Dragon Quest media that's out there, they usually go about a half hour. And I want to say with our as we call it, Slime Time Prime episodes, where we have someone that we interview that's a fan or someone from the industry that's related to Dragon Quest, those can go from anywhere from like a half hour to an hour-ish most of the time. But our side quest episodes, where we do whatever we want, yeah, those can go into like 2 hours, sometimes even 3 hours, like pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I forget if it was the Dai manga one where I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so long.
It did take a while.
The Godzilla one, that was super fun though. All right.
Oh, it was. Yeah, we reviewed what is the name of it? Godzilla versus
Violante.
Yeah, and that the person who did the soundtrack for that movie was the same person who did the soundtrack for all the Dragon Quest games, Koichi Sugiyama. So that's why we did that episode in particular, and that was great to have you on since you were a fan of Godzilla.
Definitely. Is there no way for me to get in from up here? It looks like there's not. Do you see where I am?
Can you bring up the map, the mappity map?
Oh, yeah. Because the door is locked. It looks like I need to take a different path, I think.
Oh, what about? Oh, that's where you came from. Yeah, possibly.
Darn locked door. So let's go back and do that. Homie Drew, good to see you. All
Yeah, bring up your map again.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few different ways I could go from right here.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think the... okay, that one is just there was an item in there. So, yeah, I can't remember which actual door I came out of. I'm thinking the lower left way is the way to go, the southwest.
Yeah, I think possibly. I can't remember which. It was the left or the right that was the one that comes up into that room.
Let's go find out. Fights.
Yeah, because it should be one of those two, and then you'll run into basically the end of the tower and get the key, and you'll see that last little scene, which will be a good place to end on.
Yeah. Alright, in that case I go left here and down here. And I hope that's correct.
Yeah, I can't remember which one.
Darn these random battles.
Now, something to note about random battles is that you'll find an item called Holy Water, which will make the random battles go away. And there's also abilities that various classes or vocations can learn that can make battles less as well.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Oh, that was not the right way. So if you go back up the way you came and go through that spiral staircase that was right next to it, and that should lead you to it.
Excellent. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darker Player. I try to be. Yay. I watched a movie this week called Crooked House. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not. Is that streaming somewhere?
I actually had to buy it. It's not available on any. It used to be on Netflix, but is not currently on there, unfortunately. Okay, so this is...
There we go.
We got a book. Copy of the Girl's Own Annual. Do all the books change your personality?
Yes, and they will give you a clue, and they'll tell you, like, if you actually go to your bag and you click on the item, then you can see what personality it will change you into.
Oh, okay, that's good, because, yeah, you wouldn't want to do it accidentally.
Right, exactly. It'll warn you if you look at it and be like, oh, this will change your personality into so-and-so.
Oh, this guy is voiced.
At last.
He is.
I've dreamt so many times of giving you this key. Heaven alone knows why, but it must mean
He's giving me the
something.
thief's
So,
key.
Here you go. One thief's key.
I'll take it.
You'll take it.
I'm not too proud. Oh, what if I say no, though?
Right. It seems this is
Oh, it's fine if you say no. Yeah.
destined to come true.
Yeah, just
The
don't change my
exception
personality again.
proves the rule, see?
I know. I've done this myself, so I know it won't. I'm still out there as a contrarian.
But it
Yeah,
must
just in Dragon Quest, I always like to do the no responses to see what they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Thief's key acquired.
use that to
Yay.
go and have a look in
The house in Reeve with a red door?
The chap there loves visitors.
Yep, that's where you would go next if you had time,
Dropping in unannounced, one jot.
because that will
One
give
jot.
you the ability to be able to go to off the island and into the next area.
With caution.
Ooh.
That's my advice. Off you go then.
I've always wanted to leave the
I can't
island.
stand around all day. I've got
Panda P, you're too polite for your own good. Okay, there are a few doors in the world that are locked shut. Yep, I have. Can you zoom or a chimera wing? Oh, that's if I wanted to go straight to town.
Exactly.
Okay.
And unlike in previous games, you can use the Chimera Wing or Zoom when you're in a tower or in a cave. You won't bonk your head on the roof like you would in the past.
Ah, that's a different change, isn't it? Because
It
don't
is.
you do that even in 11? I think.
No, you didn't bonk your head in 11.
Oh,
That
okay.
was where that's when they first started doing that,
Gotcha.
I believe.
All right. Well, we made it out. Okay. I would love to. Oh, I should go back. No, where can I save? I need to save.
Just go to, I mean, it auto saves
Hi-
every time you go to like a new little area, but you can go to, if you want to save, just go to, oh, see, here's one of those secret areas I was telling you about.
Yay,
Spot.
secret spot with a chest. Give me that chest. Grab. Shell armor. That's probably good for my hero. Let's
It
find out.
is.
No more Wayfarer's clothes. I'm not poor anymore. Yay. Is that all that was in here? Probably all that is in here.
Sometimes there'll be hidden items as well, but it just depends.
All right. And
Every
then
secret spot is different.
So I don't think anyone has Zoom yet, but we can use a Chimera Wing to get
Yes.
back to a town to save.
But yeah, going to a church is where you do like an official save, as opposed to one of the quick saves that you'll do every time you go to a new area.
Gotcha. And it's nice that there are quick saves. Look at that. Woo, flying through the air.
But yeah, I love the new effect for doing a Chimera Wing or a Zoom. A little circle and you shoot straight up. It's great.
Okay. Let's run to the church and do our closing. So we talked about the Monster Wrangler, but we didn't get to show off capturing monsters and such. But there's also a monster arena, isn't there?
Yes. Once you get off the island and go to the first town, Romeria, that will be where the first monster arena is, because there's multiple monster arenas throughout the game, and the monsters that you collect, you can use those, you can level up as you find more of the same type, and you can battle them and get lots of good gold and items, equipment. And for your Monster Wrangler, if you have one, you can get new abilities the more monsters that you collect.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We have been playing Dragon Quest III HD-2D Remake, playing it on Steam, but it's also on all the platforms. It sells for $60. This is a remake of one of my top 5 JRPGs of all time. Not that I've played a ton like some people, but I do absolutely love this game, and I've been having a blast with it. Pendy, thanks for coming on and telling us all about it.
No problem. Yeah, check us out on Slime Time, especially All Trades Abbey with me and Paul, where we're the co-host of that one. For Slime Time Prime, we'll be doing an episode soon with a whole bunch of people where we will do first impressions about this game, and we'll tell you all about what we think of it for the part of the game that we've gotten through so far.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. So thanks also to Icky for running the contest. Huge thanks to our subscribers, including Jono, Perfect Zero, Brandy Cats, and many other cool people. The subscribers keep us doing this stream after 10 years. That's a long time. But we really appreciate that financial support. And we also appreciate the support of everybody else who tunes in and hangs out with us. You're all great, cool people. So we love you. We will see you next week. And whatever you do, don't hate. Appreciate. You gotta say bye, too.
Bye-bye.
Too bad Tyler didn't chat with us for longer. What an SOB. There we go. Woo! That's good fun.
Well, that was fun.
Yay! I'm glad you were available to help.
No, yeah, it was great. I had plenty to say. Hopefully I wasn't going on for too long about this, that, and the other thing, but...
No. I mean, anybody who's into Dragon Quest or wants to learn about it would have gotten a lot out of it, so that was excellent.
Good deal.
It was good to see all our
Yeah,
friends.
let me know when the YouTube version of this comes out, because I always like to share that with people.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. I appreciate it too.
Yeah.